Okay, little ones, here's the first thing you need to know. You're not alone. It may feel like it may seem like it, but you're not. There are so many of us out here. We're rooting for you, we're cheering you on. We love you without even knowing you. I know it's scary right now. Jesus, I know. But it's gonna get better. I mean, it just will. I was lucky enough to grow up in a suburb outside of Los Angeles. If you're gonna grow up gay, there really couldn't be a better place. I, I thank the universe every day, but even here it wasn't easy. I was always a little different. I hated sports. My parents always tried to get me play. I come from a huge sports family. Each season I tried something new. You don't like soccer? Maybe you'll like baseball. No, not baseball. Well, maybe track. I mean, my parents, thank God, they let me quit everything the second I came running to them crying, telling them just how much I hated it. I wanted to sing, and I wanted to act, and I wanted to play pretend and read books, and all these sorts of things that boys, that they should hate to do. But that was me. I mean, I was precocious and I was different. I knew that people knew it. I was reminded of it every day in elementary school. When we played Power Rangers at recess, I had to be Trini, the Asian woman, which I found totally unfair because I was the only person who in second grade had actually met all of the Power Rangers and filmed an episode with them. But that didn't matter. I had a girly voice, so surely I had to play the girl. I remember beginning to realize that maybe I was into guys around the minute I felt sexual feelings. This was around maybe sixth grade. I just discovered internet porn. I was one of the few houses out on my block to have AOL early, so I was able to look at the internet after school before my parents got home. And I became the porn czar, and boys started to want to be my friends for a brief moment. I would invite them over and we would look at porn, and I remember it just was more exciting being in their company while doing something so sexual than this stuff that we were looking at was itself. But junior high came, and I became persona non grata again. I had maybe six friends, all of them girls, and not even cool girls. We were like the bottom of the totem pole. It was bleak. It was very bleak. I remember one time I was in PE, and for some reason I had a blow pop, and I was enjoying my candy, and this boy, Danny Nason, who made it his duty to just make people feel like shit, came up to me and said, "Billy, you really like to suck, huh?" And then he walked away laughing, high-fiving some other asshole, I'm sure. Towards the end of 8th grade, the performing arts high school in my city came to my junior high in an effort to recruit new students, and they performed for us, and I was mesmerized. There was this singing, and there was dancing, and there was comedy, and it was all of this stuff that I wanted to do. Everything I wanted. And naturally, I couldn't breathe a word of this to anybody in the auditorium because everybody was too busy laughing at how faggy everything was. I remember distinctly hearing somebody say, "Who would even want to go to that gay shit?" So I shut up pretty quick. I registered at Santa Sue and was maybe one of 5 people that I knew from my junior high, and I was certainly the only guy that I knew. Maybe there was one more, but I didn't really know him. But I didn't care. I was free. I was at this place where I could sing and I could dance, and nobody cared about sports or being tough. The cool kids were the singers. I mean, let that sink in. Like, think about that for a second. People admired singers, which isn't to say that nothing bad ever happened. It was definitely less frequent than it would have been had I gone to one of the other high schools, but there were still instances. I remember finding out just a few years ago, actually, that a lot more people than I had even realized used to talk about how gay I was. But my totally fiercely loyal group of girlfriends defended me with an iron fist, forcing everyone to shut up and let me accept it on my own terms. And I did. I mean, by the end of senior year, I was ready to take the halfway step, and I told people I decided I was bi. And then a year or so later, I was finally ready to even let that lie go and just say out loud, "I'm gay. I'm gay. Hey, I'm gay." It was like the two most freeing words I had ever said in my entire life to this day. Nothing has ever felt better coming out of my mouth. And I've never looked back. I mean, I know that I was lucky. I know that my adolescence was nearly bully free. And I know that a great many of you are going through a hell that I could never even imagine. And I know that you feel so desperately alone. But I promise you that you're not. I bet that you have friends who are secretly doing everything and anything they can think of to protect you like I had. And if you don't, I bet that without a doubt that you can find some. Reach out. If you're into acting or anything like that, find a local theater group. you know that they'll welcome you there. And if you aren't into that, find what you do love. Find something that you truly love to do. Surround yourself with it and people who like to do that. And I guarantee you that they're not going to care about anything else because you're all doing something that you enjoy together. If you're scared of that, there's there's all of these outreach groups on the internet that are created and people volunteer at them just for you. I mean, the Trevor Project is one that comes to mind. They have a phone number. You can find their website. Super easy. Call them, talk to them. Just talk. That's all you need to do. If that scares you and you are so afraid of even that, email me. My email's there. Right there. See? Email. Send me a letter. We'll talk. We'll talk about whatever you want. No judgment, no fear. Just some objective weirdo guy in California who knows what you went through and who gets what you're going through. But please, 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 don't give up. Don't. It gets better. It does. I promise. I mean, the world is going to get better. It's going to get better. You're going to feel better. It's going to happen. It is happening slowly for the world, and it will for you. And don't you want to be there? I mean, don't you want to see it get better? Don't you want to be a part of it getting better? We need you to be a part of it getting better. We're in a fight, and we need you. We need you part of it. I don't know you. We've never met, but I love you. You're beautiful. You're brave. You're strong. Trust in that. Don't give up. Don't let anybody steal your light. It'll get better.